Good afternoon, gardening friends. It's Thursday, a little before 1 o'clock, and it's finally below 100 degrees here in Southern California. It's been a scorcher for the last few days. I've been watering mainly to just keep the plants alive. I haven't had the time to, or really been willing to come out in the heat to try and deal with any of the planters that need to be cover cropped. But let's take a look around and see how things look. First off, the Somerset tomato has really kind of proved its worth. I've still got one tomato on there, probably one of the largest tomatoes I've ever grown. Unfortunately, it's got the blossom end rot, but it's looking good. The plant's generally looking healthy. As the temperature's coming down now, I can cut off some of the deadness and continue to water it and see how well it bounces back. Plus, down at the base there's quite a bit of new growth. I think that's just when the plant realizes it's getting too big and stuff starts to die off at the top, it starts shooting energy down at the bottom and regrowing yet again. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to harvesting whatever I can get off the top of the plant. So this is good. The peppers have survived rather well, although I've got a few leaves that have dropped in the heat. But I've got the one, where did it go? Well, you've already seen it if you've been watching. I've got the one Marconi pepper that's just getting longer and longer, and I'm waiting for it to actually turn orange or red, which it's supposed to be. I've got one more Peperoncini pepper on there, which I really should pick off because it's turning yellow, and I don't want to go through the whole heat thing again. But the peppers are looking good. That takes us to the Brandywine, and those are pretty much the only leaves left alive on this thing, and I don't see any shoots popping up at the bottom like I've seen on the other tomato plants, so this may be a goner, and I may be cover cropping this particular planter before too long. The basil plant is actually seems to be enjoying the heat, interestingly enough. Although it's actually starting to go to flower again, so I'll pinch those off, drop them back in the planter, and see if more plants grow. The Hard Rock tomato is suffering in the heat, though it has put out more foliage at the bottom, so we'll see if that continues to grow, but I have managed to save some seeds for that one, so if it dies, I'm okay. I've got some seeds for next year. Patio tomato is looking surprisingly healthy since I cut down that one big stalk that was going up and just out to a couple of leaves on several branches. Basically cut it way back, and there's a little bit of deadness on there I need to cut off, but like I said, I haven't really been out all week. I can even see flowers on there, signs of future tomatoes, so that's got me happy. Now I have to wonder about the cover cropping progress. You can see the broom corn in the background blowing around. It is kind of windy right now, but it actually feels good. The broom corn is doing okay, but in the planter in the front here, where I planted the lima beans, nothing has sprouted yet, and I planted those on the 27th. It is now, what, the 18th, I think? So it's been a few weeks and I don't have anything. Not the most encouraging thing. Maybe the seeds weren't viable anymore. They were old seeds, or maybe it's just been the heat we've had the last couple of weeks. It's just as soon as I water, it dries out the soil and the seeds just aren't germinating. So I'll maybe give it till this weekend, and if nothing happens, I have some more seeds, which I'll show you in a minute. Same problem with the soybeans. I'm not getting anything there. Those were planted on the 8th, so it's been 10 days. I think I need to give this a little bit more of a chance. I have had bean seeds that I've tried to grow in the past that sprouted in like 3 days, and I've had others that took a month. So I think I need to give this a little bit longer, but if not, let me show you what I'm going to do. I don't usually promote other people's products, not because I'm unfriendly, but because I just don't, I don't know. But there was something I ordered on the interweb, and I've seen this company for a while. I've never actually ordered from them before. I decided to take a chance. What I got in the mail kind of surprised me. I ordered up fava beans, which are actually recommended as a cover crop. I thought beans in general, and I had beans already, but I decided to order these up. Well, this is the package that they came in. Huge package. Beautiful decoration on it. Whoops, got that upside down. Just really nice, and it's a foil package. And if you've never actually seen fava beans before, let me extract one here. Because these things are huge. Just to give you an idea. That's how big these beans are. I think they're bigger than the lima beans I planted. These are non-GMO, they are organic, all sorts of good things. And the company is called Everwild Farms, E-V-E-R-W-I-L-D-E. It may be worth taking a look at these, folks. See if you find seeds that you actually like. I'm going to go ahead and plant them, and then you can kind of follow my progress. I'll be planting these initially in other planters as I give these planters a chance to bounce back after this heat, although actually, even though it's cooling off now, it's cooling off for a few days, then it's going right back up over 100 degrees. This is September in Southern California. What can I say? I wanted to show you the coleus plants. They are still alive. In the heat, it's been a battle, trying to make sure they stay watered without overwatering in a drought condition. But they actually don't look as bad as they have looked. So I think it looks like the soil is still relatively moist. I'm going to give them a couple hours. If they don't bounce back, I'll throw a little more water on them. But that's what these look like. Don't worry though, I've got some that look better. Of the two planters in the south courtyard that are side by side where I usually end my videos, this is the one that's actually looking the best, and it's filled in quite nicely, has survived a lot of the heat, and if you look carefully you can see, even though it's in shadow right now, you can see a coleus right in the center there growing up, getting taller and taller. And to the right of that, it looks to me like that's a 4 o'clock, although I haven't seen the actual blooms yet. But both are healthy. It looks like that same plant on the left that I have in the other wildflowering planter, which may be Malabar spinach. I'm not sure yet. It does kind of match up. I just don't know that I'm going to actually eat it because I don't know if it's a weed, a wildflower, or actual Malabar spinach. But I may have to pull out another trellis and train this one, see what happens. The trellising on the other one didn't really do anything, so we'll see with this one. But things are looking healthy despite the heat, and I'll get you another update before the week is out. Good afternoon, gardening friends. It is now Sunday at about 1:15. Not much has happened the last few days except that it has cooled down, which is merciful. So let's take a look around and see if anything else has changed. Well, looking around, not much has changed with the plants themselves, so I'm looking at the boxes where I'm attempting to grow cover crops, and this one's dried out. I didn't water yesterday because I figured it's cooling down and I've watered enough. I wanted to give it a break, but nothing's popping here. Nothing here either, which leads me to wonder what's going on if the two different kind of beans that I've already planted, maybe their germination rate is really low, or maybe I wasn't keeping enough water when it was hot, which makes me wonder if the seeds have burned out, and so even if I water I won't get anything. We'll see. If you look carefully you might see two broomcorns growing in this corner planter. One is right over here, and one is way up towards the opposite corner. Kind of hard to point to without messing up the camera. As far as the rest of the outer ring, there's this one box that I keep trying to show you, and it ends up always being in shadow. Well, it's not now. And I've got one little broomcorn growing there. And on the curve, the stuff I planted on the 7th, I've got one broomcorn popping. I suppose I spoke a little too quickly when I said nothing really has changed around here. The one tomato up there is turning a light green, heading for yellow, so I might have red tomato by the end of the week. We'll see. And this may be a little difficult to see, but the one lone Marconi pepper way over here I'm touching it now there with the stick. It's actually kind of leaning out towards the outside. That branch is kind of getting weighted down by it, but it's still green. Has not turned orange yet. Other than that, everything else looks pretty much the same, except for a few little bits of deadness that I need to trim off and some deadheading of flowers. It's overall pretty much the same it was a few days ago. So I'm going to wrap up the episode here. This is the Budget Gardener signing off and saying, may your thumb be green.